in the back room, and I hate it when you go live and you talk about a bunch of stuff in the panel, and then forget to repeat it. So
yeah.
Thanks for being here. I'll go around the room and tell us just briefly where you are with watching some of the superhero shows. We wanted to watch. Continue to watch the Disney Plus shows. It's going to be a big feature for the superhero spoiler show. So we have Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2, which was the Star Spangled Man this week. And we'll talk about that first and then go into the other stuff, like Invincible. I think we could talk half the show on Invincible. So.
Oh, God, yeah. That's my show. That's my show. Falcon Winter Soldier. Who cares?
Larry, yeah, let's dive in. Let's go around the horn. Larry, just say hi and.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Caught up on Falcon. Caught up on Invincibles. I did actually get caught up on Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I did not hate that. I did not hate it.
Did not
hate
hate
how long it was. But
Zack Snyder. Okay. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I don't know.
I don't know what he saw. I don't know what he saw.
I guess that's it'd be like less than 5 would be hate.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's a man.
You want to change that this week, Jesse?
I don't think so. I want to try to stay on tough. That I appreciate any new superhero content, but
I think if I watched the black and white version, it'd probably be a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, so God, yeah.
We'll talk about it again when we see a black and white version, and then maybe I'll change my opinion. But it'll be a whole nother show, right? Kinda.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, just in black and white, I guess.
What do you introduce yourself, Troy?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for interrupting.
That's all right. It's your turn.
I've gotten everything caught up except Invincible. But just watched the trailer this morning for Black Widow, so I'm pretty fresh on that. And
Nice.
Falcon Winter Soldier we watched last night, so everything's pretty fresh. So I'm ready to talk about it.
Where are you at, Willie?
I've watched everything except Invincible. I haven't been able to watch it yet.
We got 2 out of haven't. Bama watched it though, I think, right?
Yes, I watched all 3 episodes of it, and I watched Winter Soldier and Justice League. I would say 5 out of 10. I just thought it was like an extended movie of something wasn't very good, anyways.
Too much slow motion.
Yeah.
There was so much left there that they could have explored it. I didn't care for it.
It would have been better, I think, as 2 separate movies, like they did Infinity War and Endgame. Like, if you compare it to Thanos, they had 2 movies to do that. So they did the snap and the reverse snap. So, like, they could have done Josh Whedon's cut and then Zack Snyder's epilogue of explaining all the backstories or something.
They basically had 2 origin stories they had to introduce into that movie somehow. And I thought with what they had, they did a pretty good job. But that could have been something they could have done in previous movies. And they could have had all that time to focus on the story itself. But
yeah,
I think the plan was for them to have multiple movies. So since he had this opportunity, he tried to tell the complete story at one time. But if he hadn't been able to do his original plan, it probably would have been fleshed out better, and it would have been 2 better movies.
All right. DC got its moment. Let's go to Marvel.
yeah, exactly.
I rewatched it today, so
The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2.
stay the hell out of my way.
I had to watch it again because he unzips this thing and I'm like, what is this zipper thing going on?
Was that was the coat rack cloth cover thing or whatever? I just thought it was like the government, they were like, let's look around and see who is a clone of Steve Rogers, has a black best friend. Let's see. Oh, look, multiracial girlfriend. Let's pick this guy. You know, and that's what I feel like the government did. It was that they were like trying to clone him exactly. And then, of course, they try to humanize him and everything. And it's kind of like, I don't hate you. Damn it. I don't hate you. But you're not Captain America. You know, that's how I felt about that guy. And the favorite scene was when the cops pulled up, when they saw that cop car. I'm like, oh you know it's going down. And it did. And I was like, thank you for doing it. You know, and I was glad that the white guy got arrested. But, you know, I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't dwell on it and then make it a thing other than it's just part of life. It happens. You know,
they hit the point and they moved on.
Yep.
I like talking about it in timeline order. I'm going to try to keep up. I'm the host that try to keeps the timeline order, Doc. So
okay, sorry.
So
I jumped ahead. I always jump ahead.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's going to happen.
So we have the high school scene, right? So he's in the locker room. We see the girlfriend. We see Lamar Hoskins and the drum marching band gives us the intro to the song. So maybe we'll see some more unique intro songs, just like they did in WandaVision.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
That
But
was from Captain America.
it was like kind of the old school version.
Yeah, the drum was playing he did on stage. The song they played when he was on stage,
Yeah. So that was a cool callback, and Doc's right. They paint him to be this a perfect candidate for Captain America. He's 3 medals of honor. And
that was just like, whoa, over
like
the
that
top.
would ever happen.
Yeah, thank you. He'd be dead by now.
Right.
Posthumously rewarded, you know. But he's got that special helmet, remember? Reinforced helmet. That's how he did it. You know, he mentioned it later in the... Oh, sorry, Jesse, sorry.
Jumped... Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead again. I'm jumping ahead.
I really want to jump ahead.
He mentions that you know he's not Tony Stark, he's not Dr. Banner, but he does have some fancy gadgets. I guess if he jumped on a grenade and that kind of helped him, and he's got the shield.
He's got mad skills with that shield. I was just like, wow, look at him go.
And he's supposed to not have superhero strength yet.
I hate to jump ahead a little bit, but when he was on the top of the semi truck with the super soldiers. Man, I was surprised. He kind of held his own a little bit until he got hit onto the windshield of the vehicle. But I was like, wow, okay.
I think he's the super soldier.
Yeah.
You think he's going to get it?
He's got it.
No, he's already got it. I'm with Willie.
Yo, you think he's got the serum?
Yeah. Well, okay, we're skipping ahead.
Yep, we are.
Okay.
We can theorize. We can definitely theorize. Theorize ahead. But I'll bring it back so we don't miss it.
Yeah, but he's like definitely an all-American good guy. It's just like, I don't hate you. I can't, you know, everything they showed about him, it's just like, he's a good guy. You know, he's just trying to be Captain America. He's not trying to replace Steve. But in our minds, of course, it's like, you're replacing Steve, get the hell out of here, you know, because I'm with Team Bucky, you know, Team Falcon. But it's just still like, he's not bad yet, you know.
I don't think he's all good.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to reveal something. But
too much angled tool.
Yeah, I'm feeling. What was the dude in WandaVision? The sword guy.
Haywood.
Yeah, Haywood. I'm feeling those kind of vibes from him.
The ends justify the means, kind of a thing.
He's gonna be a bag of dicks by the end of the show.
Or he's the puppet, and there's a puppet master behind him doing something.
Yeah.
So they go too far with promoting Cap. Cap is back. We see these posters every day as they're walking through this like Air Force hangar.
Yeah.
And Bucky confronts Sam about giving up the shield, and they're getting on a plane. That was good to see them have that interaction. You know, they talk about
I just love Bucky when Bucky was watching the TV at promotion. When he was watching it on TV, just that.
Oh yeah.
He was like, he wanted to jump through the TV screen and just kill that guy. It was just like,
he has that evil eye stare.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Do you feel like the government, in theory, is right?
I don't know. I feel like there's still a lot of Hydra in the government that we don't know about.
About
do they?
promoting,
like, do you feel like them saying that the country needs somebody to look towards? Do you feel like they're right in that line of thinking?
Oh
Yeah.
hell no.
No.
Well,
No,
Think
because
about how many other superheroes are out there that
Right.
somebody could grab onto. It doesn't have to be Captain America. It could be
right, but Captain
anybody.
America is a symbol of hope, whereas Spider-Man is just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Iron Man's your tech guy. None of them inspire. They inspire. These people have been. None of them will inspire the hope that Captain America will. So it's like we need, especially with all these people running around, unemployment, going crazy, the starving. It's like all the blippers. They're sucking up all the resources and whatnot. So the world's in chaos. We need somebody to rally behind and say, America, blippers, non-blippers, come together, rally behind me,
Isn't that the president's job?
I like that.
Yeah,
Right.
but he's a politician. Everybody's like, we hate you. We hate you're a politician.
True.
But Cap is above. He can rise above it all and be like, I'm Captain America.
He's not. He's not held behind a political party.
Exactly, because he helps anybody.
Yeah.
He's Cap.
Now, I think it's kind of like a puppet to the United States government, because if you think back to some of the other movies, like the superheroes, they did their own thing. It's like they didn't answer to the government if they felt that it was wrong. Where I think now it's kind of like the government's trying to push. Okay, they're going to have control of him, and it's like, okay, he's back. He's for the United States, and they're going to control him however they see fit.
Hey, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because like in the comic books, Steve Rogers turned over the costume and the shield when they demanded that he be a mouthpiece for the government. He's
Right.
like, I'm Captain America. I speak for freedom. Freedom belongs to the world, not to just America, kind of a thing. And so, that's what brought in this whole, this fake Captain America guy in the first place.
They do some callbacks where they mention him stealing the shield back, or Sharon Carter stealing the shield back, and kind of setting up her character to return. But
well, since when? In what story does the government wanting to have their own superhero? When does that ever end out good?
It doesn't.
Shield.
We had a civil war over it.
Sword or S word.
Yeah.
Captain America now. It never ends well.
It's almost always, comic books divisive. You have this hero, so it promotes a villain to rise up, right? So you have the light rises and the dark rises. Make a Star Wars reference. So I was trying to get to the big three because I liked the.
That was.
I love that. I love that.
Androids, aliens, and wizards.
Wait, how do you know about Gandalf?
Exactly. I read the original book. I was like, okay. But that is
1937.
true, though. A sorcerer is a wizard without a hat. I was like,
Right? Yep, it is.
My gosh, that was great. So it's great comedy, great.
Harry didn't have a hat.
Who?
Harry Potter. He didn't have
Harry
a hat.
Potter? Well, they have.
Yeah, Harry did. Well, they had
Oh,
a
he
sorting hat that turned them into,
they
put them in
pull
their
things
hat.
out of a hat.
You don't have.
Well,
to.
They got the wand.
It's not a prerequisite to be a wizard.
No, not necessarily. No.
Oh boy, yeah. They're basically going. Ultron. We had Ultron. We had aliens. We had Doctor Strange kind of villain thing going on.
Well,
There's
if
a lot
you
of
keep in mind that this happens, X number of months, 6 months after the events of WandaVision, that's probably a thing now. It's out there now.
flipping and flipping back.
If
It's kind of
Westview is now
magical.
free, these people are probably talking.
Right. I almost feel like it was like, is it like an Easter egg, the whole androids, the thingy? Because it's like, isn't that how the phases went? An android, and so next is coming.
Pretty much.
So they're like setting this
Multiverse
up.
Madness is
They're like,
coming.
yo,
Next.
some Mephisto or whatever, the big wizard thing's coming.
Big wizard things are coming, definitely, in the MCU. So, but So to get back on track here, they get on the plane. They go to Germany, Munich, and they see the smugglers, which they're thinking are smuggling weapons, and they have some funny moments there about Red Wing seeing more people and stuff like that. And they think there's a hostage in the back of the truck.
I love how it's almost like a robot. It was almost like it had its own personality, Red Wing.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like it, and then other times it seems like it's just a remote control, whatever. But it's just like, is it? Isn't it? Maybe.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like Tony's suit or Jarvis.
Yeah.
How it is this other
kind of alive, yeah.
AI, total AI.
And then it got split in two.
Yep, got crushed.
Right.
So that's why I'm hoping.
Turned out to be a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, I was hurt at first, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
good." Yeah.
I mean, after we saw what it did last episode, I was just like, why did they get that close? You know, it didn't need to get that close to do what it did. It's just like, what are you doing, Red Wing? Let that lady grab you and then smash. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Now I did have to scratch my head a little bit on Bucky jumping out of the plane, thinking, "Well, I've got this vibranium arm that's going to save me from falling out of a plane." I'm like,
No, if he
I don't think it
landed
works
on
that
it,
way.
if he
Well,
would have
he
landed
did,
on
but
it,
what about the rest of his body? I mean,
I know.
He fell flat.
That's why I was wondering, does he have like powers and a robot arm or
But
no powers?
He's like a super soldier too.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
okay.
He's got some.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then
Superman.
he's fine. He's fine. He bounced. He's
And
good.
they was under
Yeah,
200 feet, so he was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked the wind out of him a little bit,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
that
Sam
was pretty hilarious.
gifs at him. Yeah,
I got that all on video.
Exactly.
You know that, right?
Exactly. Get that out of my face.
Now, I was
Oh,
kind of disappointed a little bit with as far as the fighting against the other super soldiers, because I mean the years of experience he has, plus all the training that he has, his
Well, there
experience.
was 8 of them fighting
Yeah.
on a semi, 2 semis.
Right, and that was the thing with me. I'm just kind of like, use your brain, knock them off the truck. Now it's only 7.
Everyone
Now
always
there's only
stays on the
6.
top of the truck.
It's just like throw them off. You could knock them off, Sam. You could have went whooshing by, went bam, knocked one off, bam, knocked one off, and made things easy for Bucky, you know. But I guess it was all been for action,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That was a good sequence.
It was
And
a
we
good
see
sequence. Yeah, I
little
loved
bit
it.
of that. They knock Bucky into the other truck, and the one guy gets flown off, the Hoskins character, and he throws the shield and catches him to protect him from getting too much road rash.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
like when Bucky catches it and hands it to him, has this look on his face like, "Ugh."
So where did
Yeah.
these guys come from? I guess they were tracking Red Wing.
Yeah.
And the new Cap shows up with his sidekick, who gets a name, Battlestar.
yeah.
And this stuff is straight out of comics, so it's great fan service. Were you mentioning? I know Willie, you said some stuff about Isaiah showing up.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was cool.
Big payoff there.
Yeah, I didn't know much about Backlash or whatever.
Battlestar.
Battlestar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
much
didn't
about him.
No, I'm learning. I'm pulling up the Marvel database, and
I looked
Yep.
up a little bit
Yeah.
of it, and from what, because I remember when those comics came out, and when John Walker took on the mantle, and then it became U.S. Agent and the whole thing, and they had the Buckies and whatever that stood for, and they were a whole bunch of kind of Captain America kind of clone, not really clones, but wannabe, like they were like all ex-wrestlers. Remember this came out like in the late 80s or early 90s, and it's like they were supposed to be like, ex-WWF guys, and and Battlestar was one of the guys.
Oh, yeah, they worked for the Power Broker.
Yeah.
Oh, and then nobody mentioned the White Wolf. Remember?
White Wolf.
They
Yeah.
were all like White Panther. No, it's White Wolf, actually. And, that's right from the comic books, too. So it was just kind of like, oh, yeah.
It was a good.
And then
jab.
who was surprised that girl in the back of the van wasn't super powered? I was just kind of, as soon as she stood up, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
obviously,
yeah,
she's obviously
like,
super powered because she looks like such a small little girl.
Yeah.
Which
she
so
smiled.
her
I was
name.
like, oh.
Yeah.
So her name is Carly Morgenthau.
Yeah.
The Flag Smasher in the comic was Carl Morgenthau. So
Yeah.
did Carl name his daughter Carly?
Yeah.
Or is
She's
Carly
the-
just a retcon of the character just as now she's a
gonna
female
be.
with an
She's
I?
gonna be
I
the
don't know.
leader.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
So
probably,
maybe her father will be the original guy with the other name. Just
or
he
it's
did.
probably a character rewrite for the
Mhm.
show.
Could be.
Yeah, retcon or whatever. Or what if she has a brother? That was the guy that did the kicking in the last episode with the bags of money.
Maybe. Or maybe he was just because they said in the first episode that he was the leader. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, why was he the
They
leader?
didn't know.
They didn't.
Oh, but then remember those people that showed up? They were all, you took my stuff. Now I'm coming for you. And he went the serum. He didn't mean the medical supplies they were stealing. He's talking about you're all super powered and I didn't give it to you. So when the power broke, am I skipping ahead? The power broker is like coming for them. You know?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So it's like there are two groups. So she's the head of whatever, and the power broker is something else. So it's just like, are they the same group? Because it's that red hand. You know,
we're right about at that scene, Doc. So yeah,
okay.
they get away, in the semis. They get some refuge, and they have kind of a slogan: "One world, one people." But before that, she gets a text on her phone, and it's like, "You took what was mine, and I will find you and kill you."
Yes, exactly.
So the power broker character is being introduced as an unknown phone call right now.
So far as these the freedom fighters, I'm not sure they're bad.
Flag smashers.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
they could be freedom fighters instead of terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not 100. Like I feel 99% sure that I'm gonna hate the Captain America dude.
Oh
yeah.
But this group,
without a doubt,
Captain Toolbag may not be bad.
No.
I'm with you, Willie. I think they're more of the freedom fighter types. I mean, they're the Robin Hood type. They're stealing, but they're not, blowing up cities or anything like that.
Right.
So.
Now they could.
Well, we've never really heard what their agenda is, because I'm just afraid that they're like, we saw what it was like before the blip. We know what it can be like. So what is their plan? Murder half the people on the earth so that we can go back to what it is, or one world government, because that's how everybody was helping each other out because World War was in such a crisis.
Or is
I'm just like, what's their agenda?
Is it equalizing?
Yeah.
Everybody's super, then nobody. It's kind of like what's that? The Incredibles.
Yeah.
If everybody's super, there's no need for
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, maybe they were working for that guy, and he gave them the serum and was expecting them to be soldiers for him to go after and kill half the people in the world. But they decided no, that they want to try to get supplies and stuff for the people that had survived with them, and they want to have like their own sanctuary or whatever. And
like
so they use those.
We have the blippers and the non-blippers.
Yeah.
And so you got power broker representing the people that came back and want their power back, I believe. So cool. Yeah, man. Deep government issues.
Oh God, they try to make it muddled, so you're like, oh my God, now I see why everybody hates politicians, because no matter what choice you make, it's the wrong choice. Damn it, damn it. It's like, all right, pick the one that kills the least number of people. I'm out. Call me if anything goes wrong.
So there's discussion like that when they do the funny Jeep ride. They're walking back and they're like, "Hey,
that was so
come on,
funny.
Get a ride." And I forget what they say exactly in the Jeep, but I mean.
So that when we were talking about the super soldier serum or whatever serum, it was John Walker's look to the other guy when Sam mentioned the serum that I'm like,
that was one thing.
It wasn't like, what is he talking about? No, there's not. It was like,
he said like that, and we know how that never turns out well. No offense.
You don't mean like they were like, we already got the serum in us, just not say that kind of look, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, the look was like, there's more. It was.
I was like, yeah, we got some. I'm just not going to tell anybody. That's what I got from that. I think they're enhanced with the serum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you're right.
It's probably a diluted form, because nobody's going to have the Captain America except for Isaiah, unfortunately. But
definitely I think it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. Like they seem still strong, ideal human, like strong people. I haven't seen superhuman strength that come out of them. So, but I think that, like, you're right. It's out there. They're going to get it, and they're going to use it like without the government's permission.
Right.
Somehow.
Well, I'm like impact on the the front end of a car at high speed. You're going to break bones. So he didn't break any bones. I don't care what armor you're wearing. he got up from that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
he's okay. I'm with you, Larry. They're enhanced already.
Yeah.
And
All right.
for them to
I
say
am
that
too.
they studied his body, why? I don't care how strong you are. If your body is getting studied, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Right, your reflexes. And then we see him, like in the Good Morning America footage, it's just kind of like that shield is just like, that's superhuman. That's super.
Catch
We
that.
saw,
Yeah, his reflexes
that
have got to
fast.
be amped up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That did
Well,
look super.
Yeah, and then the other reason I'm just like, why Cap has a sidekick is because when, the Falcon takes him on, it would be unfair if it'd be 2 against 1. So this way, they're 2 against 2. This way, the sidekicks can fight each other, and then the Falcon and Captain America can fight each other. I'm like, I can't wait for that. That's coming.
Yes.
Mhm.
We get we get to that part where they're in Baltimore, Maryland, and the little kid calls Sam Black Falcon.
Exactly. Yeah, well, it's like Black Lightning, Black whatever. It was ridiculous.
Black Goliath. Yeah. That was. I watched New Rock Stars and they touched on that. It's like, a throwback to when they did that in the comics. It's like, they didn't have. It wasn't White Captain America and White Spider-Man, but if you're black, you had to have the title of Black, and so they not to think. So what do you? Does that make you Black Kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Teaches them a little lesson, and then
Yeah.
we see Isaiah. So we get proof that these super soldiers have been behind the scenes, helping the government on probably both sides, because he was a hero fighting against Hydra, meaning he whipped Bucky's ass and took half his arm.
Yeah, I was hoping to see a flashback to that, but damn.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah. And the kid that answered the door is a Marvel character.
Oh,
that right?
Elijah in the credits. Eli. And he gets into the Falcon Captain America storyline.
Oh, cool! I'm glad that I hope we see the Isaiah in action. I want to see him. He's like, because he ain't done. His strength is not gone. He ain't done. He's angry. He's angry, but he ain't done.
Yeah, Eli becomes Patriot, and Eli.
Oh, okay.
And as the Patriot, he is the leader of the Young Avengers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, bring him on. Bring him on.
I feel like all these Disney shows, these are within these stories. The purpose of these is setting this up.
So
We already got Speed and Wiccan, and now we got Eli.
Ms. Marvel's coming.
Miss Marvel's coming. We have
young Hawkeye girl.
her and Cassie Lang. I just think this within the stories, the purpose of these is to set up this. Probably, they're not A level, but to set up these B level teams, they're using this B level entertainment.
So it's the story arc. So if you flash forward 5 years or whatever it is, when there's a DVD set of these Marvel events, it'll be the Young Avengers saga, maybe.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So we get that funny scene where the cops arrest them, or they another kind of racial profiling scene where they.
Is this guy bothering you? I'm like, oh no.
Oh man,
exactly.
It's good to show this. Like this stuff happens, but then they arrest Bucky because he missed his therapy session, and then they get released or like almost immediately and show the therapist and new Cap saying, "Hey, I bailed you out."
This was a great
Exactly. You owe me. He was acting like a dick. I was just like, okay,
Such a
all
dick.
right.
Yeah, it's twisting that character to from a good guy to something pretty bad.
Right, because I think he's just going to be, I'll do whatever it takes. People die, they die, whatever.
Mhm.
I got the job done.
So we get that funny therapist scene, and they do the couples questions.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's
I
Miss Downs.
love her character. She's awesome.
So
One of the
funny.
funniest
It's amazing
parts.
that this show, I wasn't sure, it's not like dead humor, but there's, it's like, it's good humor where they do the miracle question. I wish I could wake up and you would stop talking. Oh man. And then they do the soul gazing stare down. Oh my gosh.
You guys just doing a
gotta
staring
get-
contest?
Get closer.
Exactly. Get closer. You wanted to be this close. Here we are.
And then it gets serious. He's the therapist is like, don't give me the kitty answer. And Bucky says, why did you give up the shield? And they have some serious talk there. Still,
Well, it's just like you can't trust me to make the right choice. It's like we don't trust you to make the right choice because you don't trust yourself, and that wasn't the right choice. It was just like you know it in your heart. Cap gave you the shield, just like what Bucky said. Cap gave you the shield. He handed you his heart, his legacy, and you stepped aside. That's what I mean. You didn't spit out. You didn't spit on it. You didn't throw it in the trash. You just stepped aside. You were like, no, and you're ready. It's like, damn it. It just makes me mad. It just makes me mad when I watch him. I'm like, damn it, you're ready. But okay.
Well, that's going to be the arc. That's going to be the story.
Yeah.
It's going to be Falcon
Well,
coming.
we know
He's like,
he's
yep, it's my shield now.
We know he's gonna get the shield back because they've been showing that. So
yeah.
it's just a matter of when and how.
So we'll go back to Steve Rogers is a good judge of character, and that was part of like Bucky like trying to explain it from his perspective. He says something like, I need that to be right, that you got the shield, so that I know it was right that I was his partner.
Yeah.
For and worth saving. So, man,
Do
cool
you
stuff.
honestly think that's it? I know he said that in the thing, but when he turned around when they was leaving and asked the doctor what's the second rule, and she said not to hurt anybody, I think he just said that, but he didn't really want to say what was bothering him to Sam because he didn't want to hurt Sam.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Everybody else been taking it like he's finna go hurt somebody. He's going to Zemo, so he's finna, he might hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
So he needed that. But I think maybe he was trying to protect from hurting Sam's feelings.
Yes.
Why he didn't say what was truly bothering him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. I felt like he was saying that to himself too. They didn't want to hurt himself either.
True.
Very insightful. Wow.
Well, maybe,
Because they're going to be a great team. It's going to be like just bring it.
I
Just
think
bring it.
so.
Especially if they move into the movies, Falcon Winter Soldier movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Hell yeah.
So they get the whoop whoop from New Cap outside, and it's the government agents versus the free agents. Little speech trying to recruit them, but they're like not having any of it.
Yeah.
Right. But Falcon's reasoning made perfect sense too. It's just like, yo, we're free agents. Let us be free agents. We already know you're going to track us, Cap.
We could get it done.
If
But,
I need your
man.
help, I'll call you. But he's all like, you'll do it my way or the highway.
Yeah, he twists that knife. He says, word of advice: stay the hell out of my way. And he's wow.
It's on now.
Well, I thought that Sam gave a great line when they were getting out of the back of the Jeep earlier. When he's like, "It's always that last line."
Yeah.
He's like, it says, "Is that you don't get it? We're not going to be on the same side. We're on the same side, but we're never going to be partners. We're never going to team up together.
Exactly. We're not pals.
You're a tool."
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we got two more small scenes, and the Flag Smashers are getting on a plane, and the Power Brokers men find them, and one of them stays behind to delay them so that the plane can get away.
Yeah, that scene I was just kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm in a truck. I cannot drive I can't turn, go onto the median, drive on the median, drive around and be like, what the fuck? Or drive across the grass and start shooting my guns. I got guns. It's like, I can't use my guns against that airplane over there. I was like, what's going on? What? Okay, whatever.
They film a scene, maybe divisive, because they name drop Power Broker. So we actually get that spoken out loud, other than the Easter egg in the credits. So they named drop Power Broker. So who do you guys think Power Broker could be?
It could be
I'm
Hydra.
just gonna Hydra, working for Hydra or whatever, or the
Could
government.
be Ross.
Oh, you mean like a character? I just think it's gonna be somebody new. Just gonna be
It
like
could be
new actor guy. Here he is.
Aaron Zemo. Could be.
Oh, that's right. It could be. Because Zemo is still in prison or whatever. I think he's pulling strings from inside.
The Power Brokers guys that they showed look very military government-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, the way he was all suited up and stuff, he looked like an FBI agent.
Yeah,
I
fair.
like I tried to pay attention to that too, and I got government agent, but like the plates looked very foreign, but maybe they were still in Germany or something, getting away.
European, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a European power leader. I don't know.
Because they were erasing data from the Interpol. They weren't erasing from the FBI or the CIA. So,
right.
So it was all.
Have they said that dude that plays Ross is going to be in this? I guess it could be a surprise.
Thunderbolt Ross. Well, that's another theory. Is they're setting up the Thunderbolts team, like they're setting up Young Avengers. So we might see more Gamma superheroes and stuff like that.
So is there a cast list for the next episodes already out or whatever? This way we can find out if Thunderbolts Ross is coming, because they've already got an actor that's played him. I can't remember what his name is. I can see his face. I can see his face in my brain, but I can't remember what his name is.
Well, yeah, he was. I can't name the actor, but he was also, part
William
of
Hurt. No, not William Hurt. Is it William? No.
But I know he's going to.
Yeah, so it is, isn't it?
William Hurt.
He's going to be a Black Widow.
Right.
I mean, so I just wonder.
It's the guy that fell in love with that death lady in the swimming pool like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
That movie, that guy. I think it's the same guy.
Maybe it's somebody new. They're setting this up. And it could be Zemo doing it from prison.
Yeah. I was disappointed we didn't get to see him. It was just like, let's lead up to. I was like, oh.
Well, we saw him. He didn't say anything, so that's the last scene. Is Sam and Bucky say they're going to see Zemo, and they show a heavy security prison, and they go down the hallway, and they get to his cell, and
then credits. Roll credits.
Nobody else you can go talk to. Why Zemo? There's nobody else.
Yeah, he knows the superhero, like the super soldier serum. Like he's the one that found that thing and then killed some of the guys that were in those containers. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think part of this show will like reveal more about what Zemo was about. Because we never really understood what Zemo was doing, other than getting the Civil War to happen. But what else? Why and everything else. So I think this will like reveal a lot of that.
It's kind of I think maybe we'll get in the next episode, who knows, we'll get maybe a Suicide Squad kind of thing where Sam and Bucky release Zemo to find some information, and they'll have and that's how he'll get away and start some other stuff. But
it is William Hurt. I looked it up.
Okay.
William Hurt.
That's what I thought. That guy that fell in love with that girl in the swimming pool. That was deaf. Marley Maitland, something. Real life death lady. Anyway.
Lots of theories, lots of crazy New World Order stuff, and pretty good. You guys want to rank the show? I'd probably give it, I don't know, good action, maybe 9 out of 10.
Yeah, there's actually
like that.
Yeah, I'd say 9 out of 10. But this has definitely felt more like a TV episode, whereas the first part was just like movie. This one is just like, okay, I'm settling in. It's like, all right, this is a show. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think, Bama?
I'd say 9 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good.
Troy?
8 or 9, just in comparison to the first episode, because the first one was just so good for me. It was it was like Winter Soldier status almost for me.
Yeah. I'd go the same. I'd say 8 or 9. 8.5.
8.5.
Willie will throw a 0.5 in there. What do you think, Willie?
I was thinking about a 9.5.
It's good stuff, man. They set the bar high and have not let any of us down for a long time, Marvel, MCU. And now in this new show, 6 episodes we're going to get. So I guess we're 1/3 the way through.
Will Black Widow come out before it's over?
I don't think so. That's July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was going to be next. and they delayed it till July. I remember having a date for all the MCU shows written down, and I think they moved it.
Yeah,
What
I
did you
think
guys think?
they announced it with the new
I think
trailer.
July 16th.
Yeah, okay.
The new
And there's a
release
new. I haven't seen the new trailer, but
It
okay.
was supposed to be May 7th.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now
So
it's
I was like, dang
July. So, and then Shang-Chi, I think, moved back also because that was supposed to happen.
it. I think they're really trying for a theatrical release. I think.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
doing that.
Oh yeah, that's
keep
why
pushing
it
it back.
was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be last May. But yeah, so I guess it's going on simultaneously in the theater and on Disney Plus, but you have to pay $30 for it. Which to me, I'm like, I'm gonna spend $30 on it anyway. I'm gonna go to the theater because I want to see it on the big
Yeah,
screen.
big screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
with
my
the great,
TV's
the great
big, but it's not
surround
that
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely take me and my son will go watch that either.
Although something interesting. So I have a niece, and she's a district manager for Regal theaters, and I guess the CEO or the head boss of Regal said if there's any movies that are coming out simultaneously on a streaming service and the theater, they are not going to play it. Only if it's coming out strictly, I mean, if it's being introduced only in theaters.
Theaters only.
Which I was like, so I was asking her about that. I was like, was there a reason why? And it comes down to money and everything, but it's like, well, if you can get, I mean, like for me, again, I'd go see it, if I had the option, I'd go see it in the theater. And I think by July, there's going to be enough opened up. I mean, we can go to the theater now. There's just nothing but crap playing.
Yeah.
So she's like, I don't really know why he's hung up about that, but
It's like, all right, good luck. Because the $30, I'm like, $30 to see it early on HBO? Hell no. I was just like when Mulan came out, it was just kind of like, no, I will not pay extra to see it early. No, I'll wait for it to just come out when it comes out. Thank you very much.
We've been waiting this long.
Seriously, and it better be good.
Right. This movie was supposed to come out, 2019?
Looks good.
Yeah.
And then they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing it. So if this movie ain't perfect, people are going to be real critical.
Yeah. Because it's the Disney Plus shows notwithstanding. I mean, this is the first Marvel movie we've had since Endgame. So,
Who directed this movie? Do you guys know? Is it somebody new?
I don't know.
Jesse's looking it up.
For Black Widow? No.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for the next subject.
Who?
Kate Shortland.
That's somebody new.
Never heard of them.
All right. Let's talk. Omni-Man.
Nice.
Omni boop.
So I totally hear J.K. Simmons' voice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear Steven Yeun's voice when I listen to The Sun.
So we have a lot of Walking Dead characters. Robert Kirkman made this show. We're going to talk about Invincible now. So heavy spoilers is kind of playing in the background here. This is adult content. So we will...
but perfect superhero fare, though,
Yeah. This is
such a spoof of Justice League. There's so many Easter eggs of other, even Marvel characters. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So we're talking
pays
Invincible.
homage to all of it, the whole Golden Age and everything. And great characters, some great character designs, too. It's like disappointing that some of them are gone already. But it's just like, wow.
So I hear in the comic book that Invincible crosses over with Spider-Man. So is this Marvel universe or DC universe or its own that can do whatever it wants to do?
Well, it was originally Image Comics was its own thing, and then Marvel acquired Image or whatever. So now, they rolled them in. Rolled it in.
Comic. When did it first come out?
God, I don't know.
I heard it was 15 years ago.
Really?
It's been a while, yeah. That's why I was kind of like, I already know the storyline. I was like, oh my God, it's going to go crazy.
So yeah, the source material's out there, and that's where I think I don't know how they get it wrong sometimes, but when you have a storyline that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and I haven't read it, I might have issue number 1 somewhere in my collection. I'll have to go pull some comic boxes and see if it's in there, because that was a while ago, but and they're deviating. I watched one review. They're deviating from the comics a bit, but it seems for the better as far as character development. So we have J.K. Simmons playing Omni-Man or Nolan Grayson, and we have Sandra Oh playing the wife, Debbie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Stephen Yeun playing Mark Grayson. Reminds me of Blackwing Grayson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, and all the other Guardians of the Globe, with Darkwing being Batman, Red Rush being the Flash, War Woman being Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Martian Man. They have an Aquaman that's Aquarius.
The fish guy.
And I don't know, all kinds of guys, and a Teen Titans team. So, what do you guys want to talk about first? I've just got some notes about characters and stuff, so we can go all over the place here.
I'm just thinking it's the perfect little teenage superhero growing up kind of a setup and everything. It's pretty.
Definitely
it's nice.
the first, other than the last minute of the episode 1.
Oh yeah.
It is a father-son character development.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the beginning, they show the White House here, and the guards are talking, and this guard's going to take his son to the Buckingham Palace, and we get
there was even a payoff for that storyline right there. So I was just kind of like, I'm liking the show.
I don't know if his son is going to become somebody, but they'll probably have to pay that off. They spend a little time with these guards, and here's they're talking about the Queen and tyrants and.
Yeah, I know. And then all that mayhem ensues.
His son's going to be Emo Man.
I know, or some sort of he's going to be angry and evil, killing people later on.
Apathy Kid.
Exactly. You killed my stepfather. Now die.
Right.
Everybody die. Those blue clone guys are just cracking me up. I'm like, just like, okay, all right.
They have quite the villain lineup for sure. So there's that. These guys are called Mahler twins, and they're clones of each other. And at the end of episode 3, he uses the clone of himself to
as a shield.
That was awesome.
So I don't know. They're smart and they're super strong, and they have a clone of each other. So I'm guessing he'll clone another of himself and then jab each other all the time on which one's the original. It's pretty fun.
Although I'd be like, as I'm making the clone, I'm marking it. Let me brand it as I make it. And be like, no, look at your brand, buddy. Look at your brand. Okay.
There they are in the comics.
Well, that's cool.
Pretty close. Let's see what else pops up on here.
I guess so. This show, it really, to me, has a lot of parallels to The Boys, in that you have a world full of super powered beings, and they have I would not be surprised if I've heard the term, the B team in The Boys, like they used in the Invincibles, where you have these other groups that are, they're not as good,
Yeah, fighting force. Why are you even here?
Right? Yeah, why are you even here? But again, it did call back to, there are so many, because in even Marvel and DC universes, they're not everywhere. There's a lot of them, but they're not everywhere, like they kind of are in these two universes.
Yeah. Although DC tried to spread them out with the whole Justice League Europe and this, that, and the other thing, and there were Chinese heroes. Marvel always alludes that. Right, exactly. Marvel always alludes that there are heroes in other countries or whatever.
Right.
That's what always amazes me, when there's some sort of global threat that, the Russian guy, the Chinese guy, the guy from Tasmania, whatever, they don't show up and be like, yo, we're here to stop Thanos,
Right.
Yeah.
Like America's the only place where there's superheroes. If that's the case, then I'm a supervillain. I'm attacking Australia because I won't be bothered.
Here's so we'll throw some Easter eggs out, and
Dr. Strange.
Not try to spoil the show too much for the other two guys, but here's a seance dog. He's kind of like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, seance dog. Yeah,
he's the favorite comic of the kid Mark Grayson, and they show a little bit more about this on this other spoiler show.
Yeah, there's like Doctor Strange right there.
He's like a super dog or
Crypto.
Yeah,
crypto dog, seance dog. So he's magical. That's fun.
And I love that demon detective dude or whatever.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
That whole
He
epilogue,
looks
each
a lot
episode.
like Hellboy.
Or
Yeah.
Fatter. I'm like,
Little
Yeah, it looks like
Constantine.
Hellboy, but he reminds me of Etrigan, even though he doesn't rhyme. But he reminds me of that.
He knows. He's got the lead. He knows.
Oh God, yeah. And then at the end of the third episode, I'm just kind of like, oh snap, he's gonna have to kill her too. Just like, spoilers, everybody.
Spoilers.
And it's like, just like, oh God, that's gonna be horrific. Because that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna make the boy fight the father, I would think. He
well,
could do a lot of stuff. Because the boy, hero worships the father. The very ground the father walks, anything the father says. The father's setting them up like, we're Vitrians, so we got special, responsibilities that humans don't have, kind of a thing, whatever. And it's just like, but he's half human, and dad just doesn't get that. And he's been grooming him to be a hero, to be self-sacrificing and all that, So it's just like, your own programming is gonna bring your downfall, Dad. Because the dad's bad, FYI.
yeah, trying to figure out what that's all about. I mean,
I'm letting that.
he
don't
took
wanna
it to the
spoil.
Flaxons, man. That was like, whoa. Which is, I thought it was cool because it's like,
There's another villain.
you don't typically see that where, okay, you're gonna mess with Earth. I'm just gonna come and wipe you all out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll get a rock guy here. I guess he'll come back, but he's got his homemade superhero suit here
Costume,
before he
yeah.
goes to the tailor. Here's the tailor that makes all the superhero costumes in town. There's always that guy, right?
Yeah, kind of like Edna from The
Edna.
Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
So he's thinking about his name, and he has that moment with his dad where they're playing baseball. They throw the baseball around the world.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. How accurate
no.
would you have to be?
Yeah.
You'd
go
have to be able to throw a
around the
curveball.
world?
Because otherwise he would just go straight out
If you're
into
one
space.
1,000th of a degree off, it's like 70 miles away.
It would disintegrate before it even got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. So I just noticed it does this. It's like, I'm invincible. So each
You notice how it gets bloodier each episode?
Yeah.
You throw a
Oh,
splatter of blood on it, like splat.
there's a splatter.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little more.
Yeah, that's a lady. That's dead lady on you, kid. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Dead lady.
And I just loved how pragmatic the mom is. Like, all right, we're married. It's like, I almost feel like it's a better representation of a superhero family than Superman and Lois, even though I really like that show. But I just felt the dynamic between them was just, I don't know, better. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all his life he's normal and raised by his mom while dad's off fighting, the bad
Whatever's,
guys.
yeah.
And now it's reversed. He gets his powers and he's ignoring his mom. Very interesting real world kind of situations.
But oh yeah, it was three great episodes. I just want to say anything that happens in all of them. I couldn't believe the third episode was as long as it was. I was like, dang, really? Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get up at like 4 a.m. now on Fridays to get to watch these. I got too much programming to watch first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that was like
Wait
yeah,
until now.
Maybe I could be patient. There's one option.
Was it 3 episodes just because it was the first week?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
build up
I
some
think
hype.
so. Sometimes.
And do we
they'll
know how many
have to-
episodes? Do we know how many for the season?
Hopefully, it just goes on and on.
I don't think so.
Because the comic's been out for what, 15 years? Would you say it
Something like that.
I mean, so we've got. It's like Walking Dead. I mean, there was almost 100 episodes or 100 issues before the show was introduced.
Well, there's a long way to go till, the real conflict and everything like that. But I love that, one-eyed alien dude that shows up and he's just like, oh, your planet's not on the list? Oh, my bad. And I always feel like, oh, okay, we're setting that up because they'd be like, yo, I'd call that guy up,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, maybe we need to be on the list. Yeah, can you send somebody? Because dang, they killed the global guardians. We need some help,
That's somewhere in here.
Looks like
Otherwise,
there's
the
8 episodes.
arc seems to be these alien invaders here from.
Oh man, and the way
Fox.
Dad took care of them, it was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
The teen team here, Adam.
Yeah,
Key.
the team, I know. What a name. Some of the names are just like, all right, whatever. It's a comic book, I guess.
Teen
Mhm.
Titans for sure. They have Rexplode, they have Duplicate, they've got Robot there.
How about the shower scene with those two?
Yeah,
Oh,
Duplicate and Rex, yeah.
Like, oh, there we go. It's stuff you're not going to see in your average comic book. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't trust that robot dude from the get-go. I'm like, your head is a skull. You're trying to be a hero. Put a smile on there.
Well,
Something is like,
maybe he's doing that
like-
to challenge his team. I think I don't think he has malicious motives. Maybe.
Did you see the whole? Did you see the show? Did
I
you
saw
see
the show. I saw the end of the show.
Okay, well,
because
he's the one that helped those two blue guys escape. So
exactly. But I think it was just like, okay, they need a good challenge. That's kind of.
Oh, you think he's doing? He's like, oh, the Global Guardians, the new Global Guardians need somebody to fight. So let's let crazy guy go.
His motivation is he has to be the leader of this team, but he's a robot, and you can't have a robot be the leader. I mean, there's no, he doesn't
So
have.
you don't think he was a
charisma.
person before or something?
I don't know. I haven't read the comics, so I'm
I don't
fresh
know
into
either,
this.
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
They
I don't know
have-
if his dad was being controlled when he met up with the Guardians of the Globe, which was just like.
Yeah, we'll gloss over that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And this Jonah Hex wannabe guy, I hate him
Yeah.
and like him at the same time.
Right.
I like him.
Hair,
He's just
cut your hair. You're a government guy. That is not. That's an unauthorized haircut.
exactly. It's too long. Hippie.
Right.
Looks almost like the Crypt Keeper.
Yes.
bit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this guy has a teleportation device. Cecil Stedman. And here's your.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that one-eyed red alien dude. Yeah. He's just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm here to beat you down.
He's like, he's
Mhm.
here to take on the champion of the Earth.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I'm just wondering if there's like a tournament or something.
And then he's like, "Oh, this is not Earth spelt with a U."
That was funny.
Exactly. Whoops. Oh, he's like, how can I hear you? How can I hear you in my head? Well, where
Oh,
else
yeah.
is your brain?
If you knew this, but he's voiced by Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Very
Hopefully
good voice actor cast for the show.
Yes, I'm loving it.
This guy, they're coming back. I'm like, you need to stop these aliens, and then not let them get back in the portals to reevaluate
Right.
how to beat you stronger.
I love that whole. I hope that whole plot point of how they leave. They spend a decade, enhancing their technology and come back 3 minutes later.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That was cool. That was like, how do you? That's tough to fight. You're fighting. You're literally fighting time. These people are developing themselves and learning while you have no time to learn.
Exactly. By the way, Dad took out of him, I'm just like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's just an example of what the kid's going to be able to do. I'm just going to be like, okay, who are they going to send to challenge him? Because if it's like every week you just easily mop the floor with who, bad guy of the week,
Mhm.
who
Well,
cares,
did you see? There's. I don't know if it's a. Well, no, it's not the trailer for next week. It's the episode 0 that you can watch on Amazon Prime. Shows Invincible like just about getting killed by some other baddie with some sort of a big huge mace or something, but he's just like smashing him, and blood is flying everywhere. And next thing you know, he's in the hospital. So,
okay.
He survives, but I think there's going to be a big lesson there about, you're not actually invincible.
No. Or teamwork, there's definitely the teamwork angle, and there's the father-son angle, and there's just so many different parallels that I'll go back to the screen here. I've got this pulled up. They have they're recruiting the new Guardians of the Globe, and they've got Gorilla Grodd here.
Yeah.
And
half man, half ape or something.
The whole room is kind of like an X-Men Danger Room thing.
Danger Room, yeah.
Anyway,
I was kind of wondering where the archer is. Everybody's got to have an archer. Where's the archer? Maybe we'll see one.
Where's the art? They didn't focus on that. This girl in the green is like the Atom. She shrinks down. She's shrinking, right? They have the Black Samson character, and then this girl right here is the
Monster Girl. I love her, and I love her. Her character is she gets younger. I mean, that's kind of a bad side effect, I suppose.
When she uses her powers,
I wish she didn't look like the Hulk though when she does this.
Right.
She's basically like a Skrull Hulk.
Right, but she's a little girl that transforms into a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird.
That was cool.
Yeah, see how evil he looks? I'm just like, look at him. I'm just kind of like, come on, you're supposed to be the leader of a superhero team.
Yeah.
Put a smile on there, even if you just use a Sharpie, something. It's like, damn.
Let's put this guy in charge. Oh no, that's crazy. So Dr. Seismic is, or Doc Seismic is straight out of Dark Side reference, just for
did he?
Canonically. But
I thought he was going to be goofy until he started using his powers, and then I'm like, damn.
Right? Yeah, he had some bracelets of power there. His dad is giving him props here for leaving a girl in his room to go do his duty as a superhero. He's like,
it's the balance. Thing. That's right. It's the balance. What you want, what you need. Go ahead.
Yeah, nothing but Mark getting all the ladies.
Yeah.
He goes from no girlfriends to two very interested.
All right, I'll go back.
Females.
I think we shared enough of the videos just to promote the characters and the voice actors and the crazy action and bloody scenes that are just over the top, like The Boys, and appropriately on Amazon also.
Oh yeah. And I think it's the most comic book looking just because it's animated.
Right. Well, I was watching
how the mayhem.
Like, you're watching anime. I'm like, this doesn't really look like anime to me. It's animated, but it actually reminded me more of older. It could be DC or Marvel, animated comic book.
The aliens cartoons. And the guy with the one eye. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z kind of characterization
kind of stuff, yeah. But it's like how the bad guys are just constantly being thrown at him. Kind of like in a comic book, every issue is villain of the week, battle of the week. Whereas a lot of the movies and whatnot, they kind of slow down. This is more like no, it's a comic book. We got to have a baddie. There's got to be a battle every episode, every everything.
We're an hour in.
WandaVision, yeah.
We're an hour in. Hey, Iceberg's chatting, looking sharp, Doc. I
waved at him earlier.
I'm going to promote our show since he's in the chat. Look for me and Troy on Iceberg Bricks. Tonight, we will be doing our Versus Challenge.
What time?
It's 7 Eastern, 6. So,
4. Okay.
4 your Pacific time.
Pacific time. Okay.
I try to I did it for this video. I'm like 4 different time zones. Thanks for everybody to be here. Larry's in Mountain Time, and most of us are Central. Yeah, Troy's on the West Coast. Iceberg's on the East Side. So we will be on Iceberg Bricks tonight doing our Versus Challenge, which we got one more month, Troy, and we have a full year, so we gotta commit. We have 10 episodes, 10 months in a row of being online and doing a 90-minute challenge.
Yeah,
Kind of like
this is
a mini
very important one, I think, just for that reason alone. I think so.
for
yeah.
consistency.
Yeah,
and
for
finishing
Do we know what
the
the
year.
theme is? Do we know what the theme is for today?
Well,
No?
he said St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay.
It could change. It could change.
I might do an Easter and St. Patrick's Day or some springtime habitat, because there's habitats I could still do today, kind of double up the challenges.
Yeah.
So look for us on Iceberg's channel. And thanks to the panel for being here, as always, Larry, Troy, Agent Playwell. Follow these guys on Instagram and or YouTube if they're out there. Doc Sampson, pleasure to have you all dressed up for the show.
Oh yeah, I just too lazy to get undressed. Because I had to put it back on and go back to filming, so I might as well just leave it on.
I'll wait till you're in costume, and maybe we can talk about Doc Sampson in Marvel Land.
And one of the things, yeah.
And where your character may have also paralleled another character.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
See there?
They're nice. Very nice.
Nice. So yeah, let's save that maybe for next week. I'll promote that. Let's research a little bit about Doc Sampson in comics and on YouTube. Thanks for being here, Bama.
Yep.
Good to have you back.
Yes, sir.
And Willie, pleasure always. Thanks for everyone being here. People tuning in later. Hope this Sunday spoiler show works out for everyone on timeline. We can discuss it later if it does, if we need to get more people on the panel. But having 6 people here has been great for me, just to like talk out my fandom with friends. And it's like we went to the coffee shop and we just happened to be on YouTube. So
Nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
Any closing comments? Anything else you guys want to talk about or promote for next for yourselves?
No, I just got episode of the virtual news coming out, but that's about it.
Did we want to talk about the Black Widow trailer?
Oh,
Since you made that cool little thing for it
you did show it.
for like a 5 minutes or something?
Yeah, I showed the whole trailer. I don't know, like, so we got the Taskmaster. Well, I don't know what to. Yeah, I mean, what do you want? We have.
What do you want to say?
I don't know.
What do you want to say? Yeah.
It better be good. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
It's looking
Oh yeah,
cool.
we did already talk about it. I'm sorry. That's right.
I brought it up. Larry was talking about it and movies in general and theaters, and I had the whole trailer on. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Red Guardian, another shield carrying super soldier. I mean, what's going on there, right?
Well,
I'm
during the
excited to see
commies time.
Taskmaster because his power is really cool.
Yes.
I'm interested to see who Taskmaster is, if they're going to
Yeah.
show it.
That too.
Oh, under the mask? I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't. Just because in the comics we don't know, do we? I don't think we've ever seen under the hood.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out. It would be great for them to save that. Like he's a crazy villain that absorbs the skills. He watches you and basically mirrors your fighting skills.
I want to see that, and I want to see why they put it off so much. Like, what is this going to set up for the reason why they put it off for so long? Even when they could have put it on the streaming last year when we didn't have anything.
Right.
They streamed it last year, so I'm just. Those are the two things. I think I'm putting into it like Jesse did with Snyder Cut.
Well, I hope that it's just, chock full of Easter eggs. 'Tis the season.
Yeah.
I want to believe anything that's MCU is cinematic, right? It's Marvel Cinematic Universe. So like you were saying, these are things that happen in the movie show. And now we have Disney Plus. I don't think, I mean, they're so smart. But I think they wanted the MCU to be separate so that the Disney Plus shows that we're talking about now are actually not giving us as much as far as Easter eggs and huge reveals. So I hope to see something large in the Black Widow. even though it's a flashback to another time.
Right. It might flesh out something from the present.
But that's tough to do because if you're retroactive Easter egging, so to speak, you either have to grab nuggets that we've already seen to explain them, or create stuff that's new. And MCU, they're good at doing this, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah, because they might need to be like, we need to plant the seed here in 1985 so that the person is old enough in 2017 to pull off the bad guy thing or whatever,
Yeah.
But seeing how Black Widow was supposed to be before everybody else, all the movies and the shows,
Right?
They can't set up WandaVision now. It won't make sense to us. They can't set up the Power Broker being in that movie because we've already seen that show and no Power Broker. So it's going to be interesting to see what they set up.
I mean, they might be like, hey, there's this soldier over here. He's a brand new guy. His name's Zemo. I mean, you could do stuff like that, where it's just a little touch on new stuff, but
yeah, like a reference.
It isn't substantive to the story plot lines that are happening now. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that must be why they kept pushing it back, because they're like, well, it doesn't really affect anything really, so we can just drop it anywhere and be like, ta-da! Look, a standalone movie.
Yep.
I hope so.
That's what I think. It's a standalone of just Black Widow's story. Maybe they'll give us something at the very end credits type thing for something. I don't know.
Something. It'll have to be something. I don't know if it'll be like passing the baton to Yelena Bulgakoff or
to the sister. Yeah,
they might give something towards Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think they're gonna just let it happen, and we're all looking for more magical things to happen. So we'll have Loki, I think, next, and that'll be crazy and magical and time twisty.
So I heard something new about that, and I don't know how many of you know about the plot of this story, about how the Tesseract Loki is having to go back and fix other Loki in different timelines problems. That's something that I learned this week.
Right, because they're going to do a female Loki.
There's a female Loki, and then you got the one Loki that's like in the half suit with all of the Mad Max looking characters around him.
Loki for president.
Yeah,
President Loki. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. Talk about something hard to comprehend for the average general audience. But
right, we're gonna be, which Loki is this? Is that our Loki or the other Loki? It's just like what?
It's gonna be that show that's like, what is going on here?
It's like, who, where?
Okay, I'm going to toss this little crumb out too, because we're kind of in the same vein of the crossing over with the cinematic movies and the shows. So I was thinking about this earlier. We were talking about Falcon. What do you think the percentage chance is that we might see a cameo of Steve Rogers coming in to have a little moment with Sam that's going to get him back in the right mental space?
I could totally see that.
I think they'd bring Chris Evans to do a
very they
could.
Yeah,
that's why I was asking. Did they have the cast list out for all the episodes? Because that'd be a way to know. If we're gonna get a Thunderbolt roster or whatever too.
I could see that being old Cap at the end of the series. Maybe
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I could see
old man Cap come and be
he's still out there, or he's on the moon.
Yeah, he's
on the moon,
somewhere.
Yeah, he's on the moon.
He's down at Mar-a-Lago.
I'd love it. We'll have a Mark Hamill moment like the end of Mandalorian, and have Steve Rogers, Chris Evans back as a old Cap, and get a new Captain America for sure, and maybe a new Falcon, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because they got the character for the Falcon, that kid, that Mendez or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just going to mess with us, and they're going to have Captain America
Torres,
played by Patrick Stewart.
At the very end. I'm taking back the shield. Give it back to me, you damn whippersnappers.
Yeah.
Get off America's lawn.
All right, we're off the rails. Everybody, take care. We'll promote something on top of more Falcon and Winter Soldier. See ya, Bama. Thanks for tuning in, everyone watching. Appreciate it. It's just the best to have some friends to digest and theorize. So we'll see how this show goes, and till next time, Excelsior.
Excelsior.